Hey everyone, it's Tohar from Vitru here, and I'm super excited to share with you a brand new feature called Smart Fixes. So what are smart fixes and what is the difference between the fixes we already love and know from Bridgecrew? So let's take you a bit behind the scenes. When we started working on fixes, we were limited to create fixes that would actually provide value to all types of customers. So we need to have a generic fix that should fix all types of repositories, users, and best practices in organization. So that limitation limited us to not support all types of policies, where the policy fix is more agnostic, and you can use between a range of different possible fixes. So that's what smart fixes are trying to solve. And to understand a bit better, let's take a look at a specific policy as an example. So stay with me. So we're looking here at Bridgecrew AWS General 46. This policy is helping us ensure the RDS instances have a backup policy. And what are we looking here? We want to understand that we have a backup retention period, and the value should be between 1 to 35. So if we get a 0 less than 1, we know that this policy is not compliant. It has a violation. But what is the right fix here? Because it can be any number between 1 to 35. So of course, the classic nice fixes weren't able to handle this, and this policy didn't have a fix until we used smart fixes. So what would a user do? Usually he would get a violation. He would look at his repository for the right answer, ask his friends, and try to understand what is the best practice in his organization to use and what is the right answer for him. So usually his answers would actually be in his hands. Let's take a look at my repository. So we can see this is the violation. You can see this resource is violated. We have a 0 here, so we don't have any backup period. But I can see it's not the only resource under this policy. I can see I have a few more. And the others, they already have a right answer. They already passed this policy. So I have a few, 15, and we can look at it and we see it's kind of a pattern here. You see, we have a few times apps that they have a backup retention period of 15. And if we go a bit down, so we can see I have, again, a few apps who have 25. So before smart fixes, I'm guessing I would go to this repository, trying to understand what is the right answer, and fix it manually. It's okay, but if I need to do it again and again and again, each time to get inside and each time to try and understand what is the right answer, it wastes a lot of time, and I don't get all the value I would love to get from Bridgecrew. So let's try to understand what exactly do smart fixes do. So here's a smart fix. You can realize it's a smart fix because you get this nice magic icon next to it, and you get a number of % of the times this fix has been used. So I can see this fix has a suggestion of using it 15 times. And we just saw in my repository, a lot of times that this has passed, this resource has passed, the fix was, the value was 15. So what is happening here? Bridgecrew is looking into my repository, and it's looking for the most frequency of answers. I can see that 57% of the times this resource has passed. It's been, the answer, the value has been 15. So if I want, I can fix it. But if I'm not sure about it and I'm saying, okay, 15 is nice, but I see it's only 57% of time, what happens in the rest of the time? So I come up with change fix and I get another answer. I can see that 43% of the times I get a different answer. Let's take a look a minute. Here. So now I can see I get another suggestion. This suggestion is suggesting me to do it to 25. And if I would remind you, we saw I had a few of my apps had 25 and a few had 15. So I can choose which exactly I want to use. And I just fix it if I decided, okay, 25 is the right answer for me, I can fix it. And just like regular fixes, I can submit it and open a fixed PR. So those are smart fixes, smart but really simple. You would get answers to every policy that is supported, and you have at least two passing resources in the same policy. So if you have two compliant resources and you now have a new violation in the same policy, Bridge Crew would look at what exactly was the values that passed. We would understand if it's strong enough, meaning it wasn't happening just one time. We had some kind of a pattern here. And if it's strong enough, we would suggest it as a fix that you would get on the project screen. Have fun.